the beginning was the Word. This primordial truth echoes across civilizations and epochs. Words are not mere instruments of communication. They are the scaffolding upon which reality itself is constructed. The subtle architecture of existence is woven with the threads of language, creating patterns that manifest as our lived experience. Consider that every syllable uttered is a vibration released into the cosmos. Every thought formed in language creates ripples in the quantum field. From the Logos of Greek philosophy to the Shabda-Brahman of Vedic tradition, the ancients understood what quantum physics now validates. Vibration precedes manifestation, and words are concentrated vessels of vibrational intent. What we often perceive as solid reality is, at its essence, vibration in various states of coherence. Each syllable that forms on your tongue is not simply a vehicle for meaning. It is a causal force, a ripple in the field of potentiality. Your speech does not merely describe the world, it participates in its ongoing creation. The ancient magical traditions understood this when they spoke of incantations and spells. Language as a technology for reality manipulation. The contemporary mind may resist this notion, yet physics confirms that at the quantum level, particles exist in states of probability until observed. Is not language a focused form of observation, a directed attention that collapses wave functions into particular experiences? When you speak, you are not merely expressing thought. You are engaging in the primal act of creation, selecting particular realities from infinite possibility. Consider the experiments of Masaru Emoto. Water crystals forming in harmonious or chaotic patterns in response to words. Though debated in conventional circles, these investigations hint at a deeper reality. Matter responds to meaning. The liquid crystalline structure of your cells, the water composing 60% of your physical form, all resonate with the frequencies of your speech. Your body is quite literally structured by your linguistic patterns, reorganizing its molecular composition in alignment with your verbal emanations. Jung perceived that words are not arbitrary symbols, but concentrated archetypes, primordial patterns of meaning that connect individual consciousness to the collective unconscious. When you speak, you are not merely communicating, you are conducting archetypal energies from the realm of potential into the domain of the manifest. Each word carries the weight of collective human experience, activating ancient patterns in the substrate of reality. The etymological lineage of our language reveals this forgotten truth. Spelling, the arrangement of letters, shares its root with spell casting. To spell a word is to weave a particular pattern into the fabric of reality. Grammar descends from the same source as grimoire, the magical texts containing formulas for reality manipulation. Enchantment derives from incantare, to sing into existence. These are not poetic coincidences, but linguistic fossils preserving ancient understanding. The contemporary mind need not embrace occult frameworks to grasp this principle. Neuroscience confirms that language shapes neural architecture. Each word you speak reconfigures the synaptic web of your brain, reinforcing particular neural pathways while allowing others to atrophy. Your speech is not simply expressing your consciousness, it is actively programming it, establishing the parameters through which you perceive and interact with existence. When you declare, "I cannot," you are not describing an objective limitation. You are decreeing it into being. When you pronounce, "This always happens," you are not observing fate, but programming it. These are not passive descriptions, but active incantations that shape the boundaries of your possible experience. Alan Watts illuminated this when he observed, The menu is not the meal, yet we persistently confuse our symbolic representations with the territory they purport to describe. The map becomes the territory through the alchemy of belief and consistent linguistic reinforcement. Your words do not reflect reality. They precede it, they shape it. They constrain or expand its manifestation according to their vibrational signature. The neurological mechanism that mediates between word and world can be found in the reticular activating system, the gatekeeper of consciousness. Your senses continually gather millions of data points, yet awareness can only encompass a minuscule fraction. This neurological filter determines which aspects of infinite reality penetrate the veil of consciousness, constructing your perceived reality from select strands of potential. What calibrates this filter? Your linguistic patterns. The words you habitually employ become the tuning mechanism for this perceptual instrument. Declare, "I am perpetually impoverished," and this neurological gatekeeper dutifully collects all evidence supporting this proclamation while filtering out contradictory data. Your perception becomes a closed system, reinforcing its foundational linguistic assumptions. The poverty you perceive is less a condition of the world than a condition of your perceptual filtering, itself programmed by your verbal declarations. Conversely, the declaration, "I am a conduit for abundance," recalibrates this perceptual mechanism. Suddenly, opportunities previously filtered from awareness become visible. Resources previously deemed irrelevant become significant. This is not naive optimism. It is the deliberate reconfiguration of your neurological filtration system through linguistic reprogramming. William James perceived this principle when he observed that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. What he perhaps understood implicitly is that attitudes of mind are constructed and maintained through linguistic scaffolding. Your speech is not the expression of your reality. It is the architecture upon which your reality is constructed. The word precedes the world. Beyond their neurological implications, words operate as frequencies in the quantum field. The principle of resonance, understood in physics, when a vibrating object causes another object with the same natural frequency to vibrate in response, operates in the realm of consciousness and material manifestation. Strike the note of lack, and the universe returns harmonics of scarcity. Intone the frequency of abundance, and reality rearranges to match this vibration. This is not mystical fabrication, but an extension of quantum principles. The observer effect, wherein subatomic particles exist as probability waves until observed, suggests consciousness as a causal force in physical reality. Your words are not merely expressions of observation, but concentrated vehicles of conscious intent, collapsing specific possibilities from the quantum field while relegating others to unmanifestation. You speak not into a passive universe, but into a responsive field of intelligent energy that mirrors your linguistic emanations. Speak consistently of constraint, and you attune yourself to the frequency of limitation, drawing toward you corresponding experiences. Speak of possibility, and you recalibrate your energetic signature to resonate with expansion. Neville Goddard articulated this as a fundamental principle. Consciousness is the only reality, and words are the primary sculptors of consciousness. The ancient text proclaims, "By your words you are justified, and by your words you are condemned," not as divine judgment, but as metaphysical law. The field of your verbal influence extends beyond personal reality. When you speak to another, you are not merely communicating concepts, but transmitting energetic patterns that reorganize their neurological and cellular structure. Observe how criticism physically collapses another's posture, dims their gaze, clouds their cognitive function. This is not symbolic but literal. Words altering brain chemistry, hormonal secretion, cellular vibration. Your speech is not contained within your personal field, but reverberates through the consciousness of all who receive it, restructuring their material reality at biological and quantum levels. Hawkins demonstrated through kinesiology that words calibrating at higher frequencies, love, compassion, enlightenment, strengthen the physiological field of both speaker and receiver. Conversely, words calibrating at lower frequencies, shame, guilt, rage, create immediate energetic depletion. The Buddhist conception of right speech is thus not moral ideology, but energetic science. Recognition that words operate as tangible forces affecting material reality. The ancient inquiry before speech: is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Is it beneficial? Represents not merely ethical consideration, but energetic discernment. Each criterion evaluates the vibrational quality of potential utterance, assessing its creative impact upon the fabric of existence. To engage consciously in this linguistic alchemy requires first the contemplation of one's verbal patterns. Observe without judgment the predominant frequencies of your speech. Do you speak in the language of constraint or possibility, depletion or vitality, separation or unity? This witnessing consciousness is itself the beginning of transformation. The alchemical observer who, by observing, begins the transmutation of the observed. When limitation manifests in speech, introduce pattern disruption. Upon uttering "this cannot be done," immediately transmute this declaration. "Until now," or "let us consider what might be possible." These verbal pivots are not semantic games, but neurological redirections, creating new dendritic pathways through which consciousness can flow into previously unexplored territories of possibility. Cultivate speech that vibrates in harmony with desired reality rather than present limitation. This is not denial, but conscious participation in the ongoing creation of existence. "I am becoming health" carries fundamentally different creative power than "I am attempting to heal." The former establishes the vibrational pattern into which matter will inevitably arrange itself. The latter perpetuates separation from the desired state. Engage in what might be termed completed manifestation speech, articulating future possibilities as present actualities. This practice, utilized by Jung in active imagination, establishes a vibrational template in consciousness that the quantum field naturally grows to match. Speaking completion into the present moment collapses time and accelerates manifestation. Transmute limiting interrogatives into expansive ones. Why does adversity persist? Reinforces the vibrational pattern of persistent adversity. What possibility does this circumstance contain? Opens perceptual fields previously unavailable. Questions are not information requests, but consciousness directors, focusing awareness into particular coordinates of the infinite field. The ancient Egyptians recognized in Ptah the deity who speaks creation into being, not metaphor, but fundamental principle. The cosmos emerges through the utterance of names. You participate in this ongoing creation with every word. Each syllable is a tuning fork adjusting the frequency of manifestation. Each sentence is an incantation, establishing the parameters of possible experience. Your tongue is the instrument through which consciousness shapes itself into form. This realization elevates speech from casual exchange to sacred technology. Verbal expression becomes conscious participation in reality creation. Speak with the awareness that your words are not describing what is, but determining what will be. Speak understanding that your declarations are vibrational instructions to the intelligent field of possibilities. Speak knowing that the universe does not hear your requests, but resonates with your proclamations. In the infinite light of consciousness, language is the prism through which possible realities are refracted into experience. Your words are not passive symbols, but active forces selecting which potentials manifest and which remain dormant. Choose them not from habit, but from awareness of their creative power. Speak them not to express what is, but to call forth what seeks to emerge through you. The word is not the afterthought of reality, but its preceding pattern, the vibrational template into which manifestation inevitably grows.